from the Schmoes No Network Studios in Los Angeles, California, it's time for Guilty Movie Pleasures. And now, here are your hosts, two of the guiltiest cats I know, Josh McCouga and Steve Simeone.
What's up, Schmoville?
Schmoville coming in hot today, Steve. This is one of the more fun, first of all, fun days we've had so far
Best day ever.
we just sat in the screening room, watched the movie.
Yeah, we watched Roadhouse on a big screen
with our guest who's coming in shortly.
Oh, the best.
We got to watch it together. I've never seen it on a big screen before, so
Me neither.
The kicks and throat rips are just as big on the big screen as they were on my laptop. I'm really excited. I mean, obviously this movie is a classic, and I'm super excited to talk about it. Before we get into it, guys, thank you as always for watching the show and rating and liking on iTunes. I mean, we've had a really exciting few weeks, and today is a huge day here on Guilty Movie Pleasures, and a huge day in Schmoville, and just a big day for my good buddies in his life.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's finally here. Guys, my CD's out. It's called Remember This. Schmoville, please check it out. I know you're gonna like it.
Yeah, it's like I told you, dude. I mean, that night we at the Improv, your thing on Stand Up Revolution, Gabriel, you were one of the funniest dudes around. Your stand up special is absolutely incredible. I'm so happy for you, dude. I'm very couldn't be happier, really.
Yeah,
so
and
go out
it's
and buy
doing
it.
well. And then if you guys buy it too, then people might start to know who I am. It's just a really fun
So
CD.
look for it in the description below on the YouTube video. You'll have a link to iTunes there. Just go on iTunes, look it up.
It's called Remember This.
Remember This with Steve Simeone. Just tells amazing stories. His dad makes a few appearances. His brother makes a few appearances.
Yeah, there's references to Indiana Jones. There's references to Goonies. There's some good movie references in it too.
And 37 times the word Panama is said,
Yes.
so it's fantastic. So today, guys, Swayze classic. We started off Guilty Movie Pleasures. The first episode ever was Point Break, a Swayze classic. In my opinion, this movie is as good, if not better, than Point Break. I don't know. I can't.
It's better.
You think it's better?
I think this movie's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't think it was intentionally a comedy, but it's one of the funniest, best, funnest movies ever. It's fun.
It's just a fun.
And I remember, like,
movie.
when Mark and Christian were like, "We want you guys to do a show together. It's called Guilty Movie Pleasures," and I'm still like, "What?" I'm like, I don't feel guilty for loving this movie, but I guess like people that. Some people do.
Yeah, it's a bunch
It's
of
the
idiots
best.
it really is. And I mean, listen, it's the quintessential 80s badass movie because the most underrated position in all of beating up people is a bouncer at a bar. Like, these poor guys, basically all you see them do now is like escort drunk girls out with broken heels and like some jerk that got too drunk. This one, he legit has to fight a town.
Yeah, and I saw this movie when I was a kid before I started to go out in bars and stuff like that. So I thought all bars were the Double Duce. I thought all bouncers had to pay attention to a cooler who drove a Mercedes that he was so rich. I didn't realize they were just
and our
normal
sound
people.
engineer JTE, the first time he saw this was go ahead, JTE.
Yeah, my dad was a mechanic, and one of his mechanic friends came over, gave me a blank VHS tape. It was like, watch this when your parents aren't around.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he was introduced to Roadhouse in probably the best way possible, a creepy dad friend. You know?
Dude, it's one of the best movies ever.
And our guest loves it. Sorry, did I step on you?
Yeah, no, that's all I wanted to say. We have the best guest ever.
And he watched it with us on the big screen. We got to do that more often. Bring the guest, watch the movie
it's so
together,
much fun.
and
It's
then
like
come
a
right on and do the
sleepover
show.
during the day.
It really is. Ladies and gentlemen, stand-up comedian. He's on tour with Krista Leo right now. He was cool enough to come in studio. He's a karate master, one of the funniest guys we know. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Collings.
What's up, Jason? Naksu Cow.
Dude, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
God, that was fun watching that, wasn't it?
Oh, it was awesome.
I feel like we were Mystery Science the Science Theater 3000, all sitting there just
Absolutely.
watching, commenting
just
on the movie. So
clowning
good.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Man, it was. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen that movie, and it just gets
Better and
funnier
better.
and funnier.
Dude, it's ridiculously funny.
Oh,
There's
man.
so many elements.
What do you remember the first time you saw it?
I don't remember the first time I saw it. I know that I did see it in the theater.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I grew up in the '80s, and I grew up, I was a karate kid. I took martial arts all my life, so I heard there was martial arts in this movie. I'm like, I got to see this movie.
So your dad was a teacher, or he was
my brother, myself, and my dad. We all started school together back in.
How cool is that?
I started studying martial arts when I was like 12 years old with my twin brother David, who you guys know.
Yeah, he's the coolest.
Awesome.
And then my dad. A lot of people think because he was my dad that he started before us, and my brother and I got my dad into it.
Oh, that's so cool.
He had us sign up for martial arts lessons, and then when we were like 16, about to get our black belts, my dad decided he was just going to give it a shot to get in shape, and then he ended up just
loving it
and being amazing at it. He went far beyond. He was like. He was Yoda. My dad was like, remember the scene in the movie when he was doing Tai Chi outside the window? That was me. That was my dad. I would look out the window and see my dad.
That's so cool.
Doing that. Yeah.
That gives me hope. Your dad discovered the arts later in life. And
he didn't start. He didn't start martial arts until he was 40.
Oh my God, that's
Steve,
awesome.
you're in, dude. Yeah. All you ever talk about is wanting to do karate. You can learn, man.
Yeah, dude, this movie. Okay, let's break down the plot for people that maybe haven't seen it. We'll start from the beginning, and then we'll just talk about how awesome it is. And then, since you're a karate expert and a comedian, I really do want to sort of know how realistic it is.
And I did bounce for a while.
Oh my God! That's a triple threat, brother. That's why we got the J-Dog up in the spot. I have no idea where that came from.
I gotta tell you a funny story about it.
Okay,
I started bouncing. When I turned, I think it was like 21. I went to a guy called me and said they need a bouncer at this place.
So you'd already been doing karate for almost 10 years.
But like you're considered a lethal weapon.
Yeah, I mean, these days I'm retired, but I was at one point.
Yeah.
Now I'll just kind of watch and go, oh, that guy sucks. Okay. But this guy says, they're putting a team together of bouncers for this big club. It was down in Long Beach, California. And you go down, it was the funniest thing. We go down for this meeting, and remember the scene in Roadhouse when he was giving the lecture?
Yes, my favorite.
The Be Nice lecture?
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy that was running this thing was dressed like Patrick Swayze. He had the mullet, and he gave the speech
the exact
from
same
the movie,
speech?
Not realizing, hey,
we've all
seen this movie, weirdo. And he gave the Be Nice speech.
He tried to make it seem like
even
it was his
said
own.
It's my way or the highway. He even said that.
God, did you get the job?
Of course I got the job.
How did you not take that job after?
Did you have to like demonstrate the fact that you could do karate?
I worked there one night because it was in a really rough neighborhood. I brought a gun with me.
Did you really?
Oh my God.
And the club that we were working, no lie, had a gun check at the door. People coming in. There was a gun check. And I'm like, you know what? Not going to do this anymore. And the guy that was in charge, that was the wannabe Patrick Swayze cooler guy, I knew 100% I can kick the shit out of the guy. It was. I made money that first night, and I said, I'm not coming back to this. This is it. But I ended up doing that. My brother and I worked at an Irish pub for a few years, bouncing.
That sounds awesome.
I did personal protection for some professional athletes for a while.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Dude. He's a real life Dalton. He's right here with us.
Without the mullet. I had the mullet in the 80s, but
we'll let that please tweet out one of those pictures with you with the glorious mullet.
I don't know if I have any, but maybe if someone out there has one.
If you have a picture of you in the mullet with a sword, with a tiger for some reason in the background, would be the best picture.
Pet tiger was required, by the way.
Yeah, if you owned a dojo, you had to have a pet tiger.
I flipped around a bow staff everywhere I went, and I had a pet tiger. And
you're the freaking coolest dude ever.
I made everybody refer to me as Sifu. It was an interesting time. It was an interesting time.
Interesting days.
That's so awesome.
All right, so the movie opens in a nicer bar. It's called the Bandstand,
like
or whatever.
Cool spot.
Like a cool spot. There's a line outside. There's big neon lights. It's 80s. Yeah,
I think I might have gone there
to that exact bar.
They should open a bar like that now, though, like 80s style.
Yes.
You know, there's like 50s diners and stuff. Somebody should open an 80s.
Bring back the 80s with the floor that lights up and like breakdancing competitions.
Yeah, with not like posters of like 80s stuff on the wall.
No,
like not
actually decorated.
Exactly.
Yes. We don't care how you dress in the club. I'm just saying make it look like the 80s. As much neon as humanly possible.
Because in that opening scene, it looked like everybody was having so much fun.
Yeah.
The guy was like, it's a gold card.
Yeah.
And they had the gold card.
Hundreds of dollars being spent.
30% of the guys had
tens of dollars.
These awesome
they zoomed in on the $100 bill.
That's how you know it was good.
And then who's the name of the guy that hires Dalton? The guy that owns the Double Duce?
Tillman, I think is the last name.
Tillman's the name.
Tillman's the name. And it cuts to Patrick Swayze and he's just having a good old time, but you don't know that he is the man just yet. And then a fight sort of breaks out. He gets stabbed with a pen knife, basically.
Yeah, he lets the guy go and he sneak stabs him.
Yeah, that's the bitch way to go.
That happened to me so many times.
Have you ever been stabbed?
I got stabbed in junior high by a kid with a pencil. He came at me with a pencil.
Was that because he had already known you started studying?
I was making fun of him in art class.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. You can see that.
And he followed me home, and we got into it in the front yard of my parents' house.
Like Lethal Weapon with the spraying of the water, and he's fighting.
Oh, spraying water! My mom came out and was spraying us with the hose while we were fighting, like we were cats.
Oh my God! Whatever happened to this kid?
Yeah, where is he?
I killed him. Anyways,
he's dead. And so he goes out and like he's like, I don't, he pushes him out, and he's not worth your time. And then his like row of bouncers stops.
I think that was a very interesting way to set the tone for who Dalton is.
Yeah.
The guy stabs him, and instead of beating the guy up or getting angry, he just gets him out of the club, and they're like, "Come on, I've been wanting to fight you." And
I think I can take you, Dalton.
Yeah, and Swayze just goes like this and turns around.
Oh,
like,
that was a good
Swayze
face.
And but as far as like karate goes, you're not supposed to actually fight, right?
You are supposed to actually fight.
If you know it.
It is for self-defense only and all that stuff. But when you're as a kid, I'm like, I'm gonna kick some ass. I'm gonna take some lessons on how to kick some ass. But then and it's because there's so many different kinds of martial arts schools. They got the tournament-oriented schools that just teach you that. But the school that I found that I went to was the craziest thing. I was a 12-year-old kid. My dad put, and we're learning things like how to gouge an eye out and how to rip the throat.
When we get to there, you're gonna break it down.
We have to break it down.
We're learning this stuff, and there's no like blocks, and it was just like, don't practice this on your friends because this is designed to kill people.
Yeah. And Swayze went to the same school.
Yeah.
Except he.
Okay, so Swayze gets offered right up front. They set the tone. 5,000 cash up front and 500 a night. And what year was this? Like, that's amazing money now.
JT, what was this?
87, 88?
Yeah.
Jeez.
89.
89. Because then Point Break
was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
If I could go back in time.
If I could turn back time.
I don't know karate or
your voice
music.
was a little bit higher. If I can turn back time.
I was trying to think of that Eddie. I was trying to.
If I can
What was that Eddie Money?
That was Cher, actually.
No. The Eddie Money song. If I could go back in time or whatever.
I could go back and do it all over.
Yeah, that's the
best
song
But I can't go
ever.
back, I know.
Eddie Money, if you're out
mad
there,
that I don't know that.
I love
that song.
Eddie Money is
the
money.
man. He's the man.
I think he's coming into town Sunday. Schmoes, let's all get together.
I'm in.
Wow.
I think he is.
Oh, I'm out of town. Yeah, I remember looking. It's at the Canyons. I remember
Is it at the Canyon Club?
Yeah, it's at the Canyon Club.
Oh, wow.
Road trip. I'm going.
You gotta go.
I did comedy there. They better remember me.
You got the stash. We got the stashes for the Eddie Money concert.
Should I shave everything else off and just leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Join the team.
Movember.
Look up me or Steve Simeone.
Grow the back of my hair out.
We're the part of the
mullet.
the mullet stash. We're part of a Movember team. If you guys want to help donate, you can. So he gets the job. He first of all, he throws the keys at the dude outside. He's leaving town, and he shows up to town. It's a small town, and he goes into the Double Duce the first time.
And it is a crap show. I was going to use the S word, but
you can say
it's
shit.
A barn.
It's fine.
It's a barn.
It's a barn, and it's really run down barn. Yeah. And he walks in, and the place is mayhem. It really, they really take it to the next level to see the transition of how bad it was to how good it is. In the end, there's a guy's passed out. There's just a guy dancing without a shirt on and like pony high tops. Remember how good pony high tops were? Things were sick. And his blind buddy is playing behind chicken wire. And he goes in there, and people kind of like notice that he's in there, but they don't really know who he is. And they're just fights are breaking out and boobs. And there's the classic scene is, go ahead.
Oh, it's the best. There's a chick with the boobies, and her boyfriend. There's two creepy guys just watching her like this, like.
Well, it looks like Corey Feldman's like older brother.
and then the guy was like, "I'll let you kiss him for $20." And the guy was like, "What are you waiting for?" And he goes over there and he starts feeling the boobies, like, and he's like, "Well, kiss him." And he's like, "I can't." And he's like, "Why not? Just $20, 10 for each kiss." And he was like, "I don't have $20.
And then a fight breaks out, and the whole place is just mayhem. And the bouncers aren't doing anything.
And Terry Funk, hardcore wrestling legend, is one of the bouncers.
He's one of the bouncers. Obviously, he's a bad guy. Nobody's doing anything, and Dalton just watching it. He's able to dodge a bottle without moving his head. He just kind of like he sees it coming, whatever. Realizing that the Double Duce is in trouble.
Yeah, it's bananas.
Somebody's dealing drugs, whatever. Cut to the next, like, you know, are you gonna help us or not? He's like, yeah, whatever, we'll see. And then he goes into the Double Duce and he does the speech that we're talking about that you had in the thing.
Yeah, the be nice and
be nice. Yeah. And Dalton, now it's Dalton's show. He fires people. He's like, you're out. You're dealing drugs. You're out because
he's such a karate expert to come in and clean up
karate
the bar.
expert. I like to think of him more as a redneck ninja. That's what I was thinking. Redneck ninja. That's what he is.
Dude, you get those shirts printed up, you can retire in 9 minutes.
Redneck ninja, and it's just him with his arms crossed.
Or it's his silhouette of hair. Man, redneck ninja.
Oh my God, dude, make those shirts.
Schmelville, if you're listening,
he owns it and he knows karate. So
I will Swayze rip your throat out.
I just saw him whipping a bow staff around. It's legit. He will knock your teeth out.
Well, it's good because he's cleaning up the bar.
He's cleaning up the bar.
The guy Tillman was like, "Hey, man, this is my thing. I'm not making any money because it's a disaster."
We did miss the one little thing is when Tillman's leaving the office in the first bar. He's like, "I thought you'd be bigger," which
everybody
is a theme.
says. Yeah,
it's a theme through the movie. I was going to bring that up. Which is it's the classic line. Do we have that line, JT? I think we have Tillman saying it.
Hey, how'd you like to tell us what the fuck's
going on? That's Terry Funk. That's Terry Funk.
It's the other one. I thought you'd be bigger. We don't have
that.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
Okay,
so
whatever.
He's in there. He's noticing all the brawls. He notices the people selling drugs. He notices the people skimming drinks. Now he has his speech where he's like, "Hey, I'm the new guy in charge. I'm the cooler. I'm Swayze."
Yeah. So and it's amazing how he saw everything happen.
Yeah, he knows everything.
Redneck ninja, man.
And he doesn't drink alcohol. He only drinks black coffee when he's bouncing because, you know, he's at work. He's freaking Dalton, for Christ's sake. And so the next night is the first night of Dalton, and the bar is already looking a little cleaner. Just like a little bit once Dalton stepped in.
Yep, and then the girl goes to dance on the table.
Yeah, and he's like, bring her down.
Yep, and then the guy doesn't want him to do it.
And he breaks the table with the guy's face.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one move, and then crack. I mean, when you see those little circle... Oh, man.
You get excited. It's an exciting movie.
It's so good.
I think I broke the stuff. Can you...
Mom!
And so... every time I see a circular table, here comes JT to save the day. Thanks, buddy. And every time I see a circular table at a bar, I think, can I break a dude's face off that?
No, that was a real karate move, right?
You can break a guy's face on anything. No, you don't have to be a martial artist to do it.
Like, break the table with it. I mean, with enough force.
If it's glass, yeah. This guy's head's hard enough.
Man.
Watch this.
You got it? Is it hitting the TV?
The best is when he got done doing it. When he got done doing it, and when the other bouncers were walking the guy out there looking back, and I'm like, "Did you see that?"
Yeah, it was the coolest.
And I'm like, "Well, yeah, everybody saw it. The lights are too bright."
It is a bright bar, isn't it? And then he finds his place in the barn, and that becomes like Emmett, the old man.
Yeah. $100 a month, awesome barn, horses, and then a view
of
the bad guy's
water
house.
Yeah.
$100 a month. Waterfront view.
Only to appease the local Presbyterians. Horses
for an alarm.
Yeah.
So awesome.
The horses let me know if anybody's coming.
It's so good.
And so then the girl comes, the weird girl with the awful bangs, who
wants to make out with him, but he's like,
she loves Dalton. She comes in and you get the full pate Swayze butt.
She looks like a Fraggle.
She does. Yeah.
What's her job there? She's a waitress or something?
Waitress, and then she becomes a singer, and then we never see her again.
Yeah, after that audition.
That first gig wasn't pretty. Don't call us, we'll call you.
Yeah. We really liked what you did. And we'll see you next time. And so now, the next time they're at the Double Duce, because then that fight, he gets shanked. Remember? And then he got to go to the hospital to see Kelly Lynch.
And Kelly Lynch.
Doc.
So hot.
80s goddess.
Elizabeth Clay.
Just enough Aquanet.
It was perfect. She is perfect.
Man. Blonde hair, tan.
Yeah.
That's such a great 80s combo.
Those big glasses that you so aptly said they cover more of her face than her eyes.
Then the 80s, the glasses came all the way down to here, and all you needed was this. If it's a bifocal, you're in trouble.
Yeah. God. And you can tell that there's some sexual tension there because then he says the line. I believe, JT, we have that line in the hospital. When he's being stitched up, he has a lot of injuries, contusions, multiple broken bones, and stitches.
I am Dr. Clay.
This is the scene.
No, fast forward to a minute in. You got it?
When he starts getting the staples?
Yeah.
Natural causes.
Oh, so smooth.
Yeah.
Natural causes. If that was me, I'd be like, owie, owie, owie.
Then the other guy came in with the knife. It wasn't fair. I wasn't even looking.
He's hurting me. He's hurting me.
And then another guy broke a beer bottle on my head.
Okay. Here's the part that... Okay.
Oh, wait. Here we go.
2 bullet wounds, 9
2 bullet wounds?
4 stainless steel screws. That's an estimate, of course.
That's an estimate? Wait, no, you can't estimate that. That's
estimate 2 bullet wounds.
It's impossible.
Pain don't hurt.
Pain
don't hurt. There it is. I talked over a little bit. I apologize. That's a great line.
Yeah, there's
you know
so
what
many
line though made her fall in love though was when she said, "Do you ever win a fight?" And what did he say? Nobody wins a fight.
Yeah, because we find out he was an NYU philosophy major.
Yeah.
Hashtag nobody wins a fight.
So he like gets his thing done, whatever, and then he goes back to the Double Duce, and the Double Duce in each scene that we see the Double Duce
just gets better,
more
neon, more brass, more glass.
He's still driving the stinky car there,
the crappy car that keeps getting just every night he comes out. There's flat tires, a stop sign,
and his reaction whenever he comes and sees his car is always just this.
Crazy kid.
I'm like, that's a 64 Rivy, dude. Yeah. Take care of it.
He just keeps buying tires.
Couldn't you just show up in a Civic?
Yeah. Couldn't you just take the bus?
64 Rev, man.
The only year with the open up lights. That was the only one.
Yeah.
And so
sweet car.
He
becomes friends with Red at the auto parts store because he keeps on having, he's like, the antennas, and he's like, you want to put a...
You want to start an account?
Yeah.
I'll pay as I go.
Did we just become best friends? I think we did, Red.
Simeone, he's ordering a la carte. So
I remember the picture he sees.
He sees the picture of Doc in the auto parts store, which
creepy black and white headshot.
Very creepy black and white mall 80s glamour shots.
Weird thing to have as the uncle.
It was taken from a distance, like some stalker. Was
and what doctors are doing photo shoots like that? Yeah. You know?
Small town. I wanted to be a model, but I figured doctor was better.
Yeah.
So she's got way too many brains to have an ass like that. Remember when Sam Elliott shows up?
So he comes out, and he comes out of the bar, and she's just waiting there for him. They haven't had any sort of interaction since the Staples. She just knows where to find him.
Oh, yeah.
And she's coming after him.
And she's wearing the hot red picnic dress.
Oh, man. The hot red picnic dress. Something special. Kelly Lynch, you just groaned into that mic pretty good.
Kelly Lynch.
They go on a little ride around town in her sporty little Jeep Wrangler. And
red, by the way, to match the picnic dress.
Well done. And to match her uncle's name.
Yeah.
It's all in
listen,
it's the subtext. It's a Joel Silver produced movie, so you know there's a lot of subtext. And they like kiss goodnight, and then it's like, that's just, he's a gentleman.
Now, at what point do we start finding out about Brad Wesley? And when do we first see the monster truck? Because
that's right. There's a monster truck for some.
We first find out about Brad Wesley because he
fires the bartender, the guy that was skimming.
It's his nephew.
Yeah, it's his nephew. And there's the helicopter scene that pisses off Emmett. Yes. And then there's the scene when he's out. He's reading like Ernest Hemingway's thoughts about a lake, and he sees the party going on, and that's where we get the first glimpse of '80s boobs, right?
That was the party.
Yeah, a lot of like high waisted.
It was a pool party, and you guys, if you know anything about '80s pool parties. Tits everywhere.
High-waisted thongs and no tops, just tits. Yeah. And so he and Swayze just shakes up like kids.
He does this every time. He just goes, just like the Riviera show.
It is great.
He just shakes it off.
They should be drinking coffee and reading philosophy.
Yeah. And then he sees them come out of Red's place, and he.
All the oil's been knocked over. All the oil's
on, and Red just comes out mopping, la 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 la.
Yeah, so we start to realize that this Brad Wesley guy not only has pool parties, has a helicopter, he sends his henchmen to go intimidate Tillman, the bar owner of the Double Duce, for firing his nephew. Right. The guys don't get the nephew's job back because Swayze shows up and does karate on everybody. So then we see Brad Wesley. He's like, I was in Korea. And then he beats up the guy because he doesn't apologize good, even though the fat guy did apologize good.
But nobody beats up a fat guy because they feel bad enough.
Yeah, what was his name? Tigger? He was tremendous.
Tigger. Yeah, he was fantastic.
He ran a lot for a big guy. He was doing a lot of good cardio.
And he had a couple kicks, too.
Big fella.
He was pretty agile.
Thank goodness he had suspenders because those pants would have been coming down on those
Okay, wait. When we were watching the movie, you dropped some knowledge out. Please share it with Schmoville. Chuck Norris made jeans.
I remember as a kid, I would get Black Belt magazine, and there was always an ad in there for Chuck Norris endorsed jeans,
karate jeans.
That the stitching in the crotch, it was like a diamond. So when you did a high kick, it wouldn't rip.
Chuck Norris is genius.
Oh man,
he's just
pun intended. Genius. Oh God, we'll be right back, guys.
Jason Collings, and so then he realizes Wesley. So then he gives Sam Elliott a call, and he's like,
I'm in the middle of something, mijo.
Yeah.
He's always crooked.
And then
I tell you what, I got a home from the break up a fight. You know?
and there's
He's
a
in a
G-string
bar where
contest,
there's guys.
and there's just tits.
Yeah, well, there's Marines in their camo in the bar, and it says wet T-shirt, no scratch
Crossed out.
wet G-string contest, and they're shooting the chicks with water pistols that look like Uzis.
Incredible.
I remember
They're
as
called
a kid, I
military.
was like, I want to go to that bar.
Yes.
Really
I'll
bad.
bring my own water pistol.
You're always bringing your own water pistol. And so then they get on the phone. You can tell Swayze wants to say something to him, but it was more like, you know.
He could just,
He was like being an intimidated son at that point. He's like, but okay.
I got to go
And
back
did
to
you
my
notice
laundry.
the line he drops? He goes, same story, same town, same story.
Yeah.
Because then when Sam Elliott shows up, he switches that around.
Yes.
Because we're learning stuff.
Yeah.
So then we go back. So now Wesley is getting real pissed because every time one of his henchmen come to find Dalton, he just kicks their ass.
Kicks their ass.
He sends all the worst guys.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to send the fat guy with suspenders. Then I'm going to send the 65-year-old dude.
And then all my henchmen are bald.
Yeah.
And so they're not doing the best work because they're all
Who's
well
the one
into their
henchman?
50s.
The guy's just wearing the tie with the creepy looking guy.
His
Remember
main
the-
guy with the...
No, not
The
not
creepy
the
guy that
not
jumped
the
in
guy
the-
with the '80s tough guy earring. The creepy guy that was riding shotgun.
When they
pull away from
vandalized
Reds.
the Reds.
Yeah, that guy was
That guy was just like this.
creepy.
he was great. Sully and Commando-esque.
So true.
Now comes the Kelly Lynch sex scene, which JT, he's like obsessed with this sex scene, and he thinks that like Patrick Swayze seducing the woman. Well, yeah, most guys seduce. He like thinks it's the only sex scene in history where a guy seduces a woman. It's kind of weird, but she's like taunting her. What? No, you're like, it's the only sex scene ever.
Nah, it was pretty good. He pushed her up against the
Oh
bricks
yeah,
and
no, I'm not saying it. It's
scratched
a
the-
great.
I think he'd done it before.
Yeah.
I think he'd done it before.
He knows what he's doing, and so they bang. We see
He's
some.
Swayze.
She's like the wind.
That's Dirty Dancing, right?
I don't know where that song comes from, but I know Swayze
No,
sings it.
She's Like the Wind. Is it Dirty Dancing?
Yeah, it came out around that time.
Okay.
It was this little single that he...
So then they have sex, and then they're on top of the roof, and
Yeah,
they have
she
sex
follows him
again.
outside.
We see her boobs, which were fantastic.
Again.
Awesome.
And then he's smoking a cigarette, and then she comes out to get round two. Cut to creepy
Across the lake.
across the lake.
He got really good vision, and he can
And he's-
see them banging on the roof.
And he's
Yep.
the master of that slow... Does it about 95 times
I
in
think
the
he's
movie.
smoking a creepy
Yeah.
cigar too.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, and now all shit is gonna hit the fan because he's banging Brad Wesley's girl, and
Yeah.
and the blind guitarist tells him that he's like,
Yeah.
you've been hanging around with Elizabeth Clay is her name,
First of
aka
all,
Doc.
blind guitarist knows
Everything.
everything.
For a guy, I mean, because he's got good hearing, because he can't see.
Just,
it's like the
people,
Daredevil.
the guy can't see. Let's talk.
Yeah.
What?
Ding, ding. And so he realizes that now the shit's gonna hit the fan. They start attacking. They blow up Red's place.
Yep.
They blow up the auto parts store.
Yep.
Then he takes the monster truck, which again, in 80s excess, if you're gonna go big, get a monster truck.
Oh man,
Bigfoot.
Monster Truck's so sweet.
If you want to be undercover henchman,
Bigfoot, yeah.
no problem. Up until, and we haven't really mentioned that his main henchman looks like Jose Canseco. He's wearing like a Native American saber-tooth
looks like-
necklace,
yep.
and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
always in denim,
Always
which
tucked in.
tucked
Yep.
in.
Make
So
sure it's-
you know a villain if he's wearing denim, he's a villain without a doubt.
Beautiful mullet.
Oh, it's a curly
Got
one
a little bit
too.
of salt and pepper in there.
Yeah,
too.
he does.
So you're like,
Because
this
he
guy's
shows up in the bar.
Experienced. Yeah.
Because remember, he sends in right before they're going to do karate in the bar.
Yeah.
They got the last group of guys that show up to get their ass kicked. The guy that has the razor blade on his boot, where he just
yeah.
he walks in and Swayze just goes right boot.
Oh yeah, he sees
notices
it all
right away.
Hey, redneck ninja, man, he sees it all.
God, he knows everything. So they drive the Bigfoot through this car dealership. Now everybody in town is getting pissed, and they realize
Yeah,
that what's
that's-
next? The Double Duce is next.
Well, yeah. Well, I think it shows. You see the bad guy. What's his name?
Brad Wesley.
Brad Wesley.
You want to call him Brad
I
Garrett?
want to call him
You want
Brad Garrett because Brad Garrett's one of my favorite comedians.
But
So
he's evil.
Brad Wesley. First, it shows like he's just a jerk,
Yeah.
and then it shows that his nephew is he controls the liquor. But
Yeah.
then you start to find out he controls the whole town.
There's a scene though that kind of puts it in perspective who this guy is, and that's when he's driving his Mustang down the road.
Oh yeah, great scene.
Swerve and singing and he's taking up
own
all
this
the
town.
lanes. No one and then Swayze
Dalton.
comes driving towards me.
So
and he
great.
just
Who's this Jago? Not even noticed.
Doesn't care about anybody else. He's so mean and selfish. And then
he literally owned the road.
yeah, he thinks he's got everything. And then they do at some point early in the first half of the movie, one of the fellow bouncers at the Double Duce is like, I heard he ripped out a guy's throat once and killed him. So then the bad guy, Brad Wesley, brings him to his house and tries to buy Swayze off.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, I heard about that thing you did in Memphis. You can't tell me you didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No amount of money could ever get me to work for you.
Yeah. So now you realize Brad Wesley is trying to take over the whole world. Now him and Dalton are going to war, essentially.
By the way, he tells him that they're getting a JCPenney in town, which would mean your town is falling apart if you're getting a JCPenney.
That's like getting a Walmart.
And he bragged about a photo mat as well. The photo mat's here because of me.
Disposable cameras.
So,
So now we realize. So then they blow up Emmett's house.
yeah, and then backup shows up for Swayze in the form of Sam Elliott.
Right. So backup shows up. They're all like together in the thing, and then there's a creepy dance scene with Kelly Lynch. She's like, "You sure you don't want me to your girl or whatever."
That was weird.
Yeah, you're not sure if Sam Elliott is really serious.
This is when I tell you I'm a better choice than him.
Yeah.
You silly old man.
Good Lord. And so then they're like hanging around in the barn doing their thing, and Emmett's house explodes.
Yeah.
And then goes super ninja Jose Canseco off on his dirt bike.
Finally.
Don't forget we saved Emmett carrying him out in his red.
Oh, in his red
PJs, glorious PJs that have a trapdoor in the back.
Trapdoor in the back PJs. He is Santa Claus at that point.
Yeah, and it definitely looks like he eats oatmeal every morning and has coffee out of a tin cup. And his name's Emmett. Best
Chock
name
full
ever.
of nuts. Yeah. And he has like a lazy eye, and he talks like an Emmett should talk, even though they're just like in
He's
Missouri.
got a tractor that he never drives.
Yeah. Been
So
flat
good.
for years.
Yeah.
So the whole movie, and you see Swayze trying to save the Double Duce. The bad guy wants to take over the town. The bad guy has the toughest guy ever that looks like Ozzy Canseco or Jose. He looks like a Canseco brother.
Right.
Who does karate. He's got a mullet. Him and Swayze start to fight in the bar after the guy sort of kicked Sam Elliott's ass in the bar.
Yeah.
And Sam Elliott's supposed to be the best, even out of Swayze's own mouth.
Right.
Well, because he was like, no, I'm not the best. So-and-so's the best. I forget his name.
Sam? No.
Sam Elliott, whatever.
Sam
so the
Elliott.
whole movie's Wade Garrett. So
Wade Garrett.
So it starts going like this. The whole movie's coming to this head where you have the bad guy and Swayze, and the bad guy's #1 killer. Then to get Swayze to fight, they blow up innocent Emmett's house.
I know.
Yeah.
And he jump kicks the front door of the house, not even worrying about a backdraft just slapping him in the face. But, whatever.
He's a hero.
Swayze, he's a hero. So he runs down, he chases down the dude on the motorbike, which is the awesome dive scene. Where
And
he
he's
takes
laughing
him out.
like an idiot.
Yeah.
That's one of the best. Dude, this movie, I think
There's a lot of good laughing in
There's
this.
so much in this movie. So let's get to the
Yeah.
point because we have an expert here. Want to ask him some questions.
The amazing fight scene, whatever, and now here's when Swayze puts his leg in the tree and then rips his throat out. When Kelly Lynch sees him rip the throat out, she runs to the water to see if he's okay. Oh, he doesn't. He's not okay. He ripped the dude's throat out. He's obviously
that was weird,
dead.
by the way. They're going at it, and her man wins, and she goes and
helps the other dude.
And then she gets mad at him.
Yeah.
I can't believe you defended yourself.
Killed him.
Yeah.
So then
After the bad guy blew up the house and everything.
I know.
You know how bad he is. And he works for the worst guy ever.
So
She stinks.
So then now we're in the thing. They beat up Sam Elliott. He comes walking the Double Duce, and then he gets a phone call like,
Yeah, creepy.
Who's first? Wade or Doc, right? And he like flips the coin and yada yada yada. Sam Elliott walks in. He's like, have a beer. I got to go see where Doc is. Like, we got to leave town.
After he
we
was
can't
beat
be
up
here.
a bunch.
Right. He goes. Doc's okay. He tries to get her out of there. Looking at X-rays of boners, which we noticed.
Tries to get her out.
She won't do it because
He's like, he's crazy, and she's like, well, aren't you crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jerk
good point.
pulling the double on him. He
Watch
comes
you
back.
rip a man's throat out.
Comes back and he thinks that Wade is just sleeping on the bar. Classic Wade, passed out on the bar.
I said one beer, buddy.
Yeah. Knife in the chest. Wade's dead. That happens.
Over the flip of a coin.
Over the flip, tails, and it says he was tails in the night. So then Swayze is on a mission. He goes into Peter Wesley's house, or Brad Garrett's house, Brad Wesley's house. God damn
One
it.
of those.
And now is like the ultimate shootout at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
There hasn't been much killing up until there's not any killing until the throat rip.
Yep.
Throat rip just sends us down this pike of death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting killed, whatever. It comes to the final. He kills all like the guys around. He pushes that polar bear over on the guy, which is amazing. Fat guy gets scared. He starts shooting a polar bear, and the suspenders guy.
His name was Tigger, by the way.
Tigger. And then Brad Wesley thinks that he's going to be able to take down Dalton. They fight with spears or in this trophy room with every dead animal ever. And then the town comes to save the day, and they just shoot him full of shotguns.
Oh yeah, the Reds owner, the car dealership owner, everybody's there.
Yeah, all the victims
they had
finally
enough.
stand up.
Yeah,
they had enough.
Nobody saw anything. The sheriff comes in. He's like, "Well," and then cut to the Double Duce.
Well, the best was Jason's line. We're watching the whole movie. It's glorious. It's so much fun. And then Jason goes, "There's police in that town."
Because there had been
two cops
with the sheriff carrying like a little pistol. Like, oh yeah.
Who saw what happened here?
Yeah.
And that was the end. Of the investigation. No, we didn't see anything. There's dead bodies all over the house. Nobody saw anything. Nope.
And they even had a snicker. Remember the? We didn't see anything. There's death everywhere.
The monkeys.
And
the monkeys seen over here. Yeah. Cuts to the Double Duce. Old guy, blind guy playing the flat guitar, which we all talked about in the movie. Is that an easy way to play?
I think he had a Brazilian blowout.
He did
for that night because his hair looked amazing.
Perfect. And then plays the end song. JT, you want to? This is perfect.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. All right,
So
Steve.
good.
We want to ask Jason some karate. questions.
Is the throat rip real?
It's doable.
Okay.
Wow.
If you remember in the movie when he held his hand up and he had 3, 4, he was using 3 in the thumb.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Okay.
You got to use 2 in the thumb. And you guys, it's really easy. You know you're this. You strike it and you go behind it.
Oh, I'm pulled out.
Reach it and grab your thing. Now imagine striking it, getting the fingers behind it, and then just pulling. Completely doable.
Oh, MacGruber. It's so badass.
MacGruber.
Now, okay, legit, how many punches can a person take?
It depends on the person.
Yeah.
I could take about 1.5, and then I'm just like, stop.
Wow, that really hurt.
I was in a bar fight in West Virginia at the University of West Virginia, WVU, and I got hit in like the side of the head with just the tip of the pool cue. Like it barely grazed me, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I quit.
That's scary.
It's scary as shit. I didn't even want to be in the fight. It's just like it happened to roll over towards me, you know?
That's why I'm glad I took martial arts, because I can't stand being hit.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Like my brother, I mean, we fought when we were kids, but there was never like no punches in the face, always just like punches in the stomach and legs and shoulders.
No face, no balls.
What about like some of the great kicks? Like,
you said all their techniques were wrong in this movie.
No, not wrong. If you are into dance, Patrick Swayze's kicks were very, very beautifully choreographed dance moves.
Sure,
he's a ballerina at best, but no, there you go. They're very choreographed. You know, and what do you call it? Telegraphed. I mean, when you got a guy going like this before he spins, and you're just going, and you watch it all the way to your face. I mean, it's all choreographed.
Yeah. Have you?
And I would never kick if I was ever in a fight.
Yeah.
Which I've never been in.
Right.
How many dudes' ass have you kicked?
Oh man, no,
don't please.
What?
No.
Does that not make it cool?
This goes out to the world.
Oh,
There's probably
right.
Cases still
All right,
open.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
let's just talk theoretically.
If I was to get in a fight with a guy, I would never kick above the waist. You kick the knees, you kick the balls.
Well, in this movie, there was like 150 knee kicks.
Oh yeah,
because that's all they talk about. It's like doesn't matter how big the man is, you kick him in the knee, he goes down.
Yeah, Sam Elliott.
That was one of his lessons to one of the young bouncers.
Yeah.
And that's real.
Show me your ways. You can take a man's knee out. You can't do it.
Is there any way to protect your knee if somebody's going to kick you there? Just get out of the way.
If you see it coming, you lift your knee. There's all kinds of
different checks.
I mean, if you guys have enough money, I could show you.
Oh shit!
Your brother does have a dojo, right,
my brother
David?
still teaches.
What's the name of the dojo?
Collings Martial Arts Academy.
Collings in Long Beach.
In Long Beach.
If you guys live in Long Beach or the LA area, go to Collings Martial Arts. Say you heard
about it.
My
brother
brother
is the man. He's a 7th degree black belt.
Jesus,
so cool.
An amazing teacher. He's very,
He seems like he's a nice guy. Too.
Super nice guy.
He listened to when I met Dave for the first time. He's like, I heard you on Good Times, on Steve's Good Times, and I was like, yes,
that's awesome.
Karate chop chop chop.
All right, so what's your favorite line from this movie?
Probably the line we didn't say, which is so weird, when he's got Dalton in the head thing. He's like, I used to fuck guys like you in prison. We're like, what?
I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
Yeah.
And that's when I would have been like, okay, fight's over. What are you doing?
Time out. Who wrote that? First of all, that's my favorite scene too. Is the fight on the beach, and he rips the throat out. It's
it was beautiful. There was water, the moonlight.
What was your favorite line?
Favorite line in the movie? Oh, there's so many.
So many, right?
There are so many.
Dude, the scene.
I like this. I like the.
girl...
There's a sign over the toilet here that says "Don't eat the big white meat." I like that one.
Or the line, "I heard you got balls. You could fill a dump truck." Like, wait, what's the line? Like you could jerk off and fill a dump truck? Do you have that one, JT?
Yeah, because that was Terry Funk.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's.
Hey, how'd you like to tell us what the fuck's going on?
Terry Funk.
Gonna help us out or not?
I'll let you know.
You know, I heard you had balls big enough to come in a dump truck.
Come in a dump truck.
You don't look like much to me.
What does that mean?
I guess big. I mean, big
giant
balls. Jack off into a dump
If
truck.
your balls are that big, you need to see a doctor.
Yeah.
ESS, enlarged scrotum syndrome. Johnny Dangerously. We have to do that.
Yeah.
I think my favorite line.
That
Dude, we got to do Johnny Dangerously, right? That's a guilty movie.
Oh, without a doubt. Yes.
You Simon about
Fucking assholes.
You bastards.
What's your favorite line?
I think the best part was when he was doing the "Be Nice" speech, and he was like, "It's what if somebody tells us to go fuck ourselves?" And it was like, "It's never personal. It's just business."
Yes.
And he was like, "That's not personal." He's like, "What if
if
somebody
calls my mom a whore?"
I don't know. Is she? Everybody goes like this. Is she? That's
and that guy goes from like,
and they got really mad.
and he's got this ice on his
thinking,
eye.
Wait a minute, is she?
Oh, maybe that's why I'm so promiscuous.
Greatest cameo in the movie.
And why did he get fired? Why did that guy get fired? Screwing in the broom closet.
Yeah.
And the girl shows
We saw
up with
boobs there, too.
Sears,
Yeah,
Sears
she was-
credit card.
she was hot.
This is a Sears credit card.
Take it easy. They're with me.
But Dalton said, "Don't worry about
I
Dalton."
got this.
Favorite cameo is definitely Keith David as the bartender.
Yeah, from They Live, another
Yeah.
movie we have to do
Also,
on here.
real quick cameo was Benny the Jet. The only undefeated kickboxer you said.
Benny the Jet,
He
yeah.
had a quick. There was a scene where it showed him take his sunglasses off, looking like a little.
Oh
pit bull.
man, I wish he was in this movie more.
And I think
I know why he was. I think he was
stunt coordinator.
one of the coordinators, fight coordinators.
That
for
makes
the-
sense.
That totally makes
yeah.
sense because it was the scene where the monster truck's going to destroy all the cars.
Yeah.
You got insurance?
Again, if
So
you can,
good.
if you can own a monster truck. Man, I think I would like a monster truck. You said you
least
didn't
for a
want one
day.
because just
I
for
mean,
a day
I
to
have
ride
bad
around
knees. It's hard to get in and out of that thing.
It'd be a pain in the ass every
I'm
day.
fine with my Camry, guys.
But like on a Sunday.
But if you're
Monster
working for a
truck
henchman
day.
in a small town, you're gonna need
If I need a
Well,
ladder to get
out
in
of
my car.
all of the unrealistic scenes, I think the most unrealistic was when the guys in the monster truck are tailing Swayze on his date.
Yeah, they're
like
hiding in the parking lot.
Yeah.
In a monster truck. Don't
at
move.
last call.
They just came out. Don't move.
It's like driving the Mutt Cuts van around. It's like you're undercover.
So good. I love this movie.
I love this movie too. Jason, thank you so much for coming
This
on,
was
man.
great. Thank you for your
Thanks for having
expert
me.
opinion.
Yeah, we gotta bring you and your brother on again, maybe for
that'd be
another
fun.
karate movie or whatever.
Maybe we'll do that Van Damme movie where the two twins. Isn't there a Van Damme movie where he plays two roles?
Oh,
double impact. No,
Double Impact.
Double Jep. Nah.
it was one
JT,
of
double
two things. It was two things.
Double Trouble Brothers, Karate Man.
Double Impact.
Double Impact.
there it is.
I got it. There we go. And Steve, album's out today.
Guys, check it out. It's called Remember This. I'm really happy about
That's
it.
awesome.
Jason, anything to
Congratulations.
promote you want to talk about?
The only thing I got one of.
You have your podcast, right?
I got my podcast. You can listen to it every week. It's on iTunes. It's called Midlife Crisis.
Nice.
And you can
At Jason
at
Collings.
Jason Collings,
on Twitter and
JasonCollings.
Instagram, and if you're in the Portland, Eugene, Seattle area,
I'll be
you can
there
see him
14th,
with Chris
15th,
D'Elia.
16th. Yeah, I'm on that Under No Influence tour with Chris D'Elia.
Awesome.
He
He kills it.
Guys, thank you for watching. At Josh McCouga, like it, subscribe, tell all your friends, share it on Facebook. iTunes is really special. Whatever, 5 stars. Rate it, comment, give us comments, tell us how much you love the show.
And Schmoes, I just want to say thank you for supporting the podcast, all the podcasts, and then my CD. You guys are the best. Thank you and God
And
bless.
remember, be nice.
And remember, pain
Be
don't
nice.
hurt.
From producers Christian Harloff, Mark Ellis, and the entire Schmoes Know Network crew, we would like to thank you for listening to Guilty Movie Pleasures. What's your pleasure? Special thanks to Kevin Undergaro and Maria Menounos, the author of Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, in stores now. To watch or listen to other Guilty Pleasure movie episodes or other episodes of the Schmoes Know Network shows, get movie news, or to join the conversation, be sure to visit schmoesknow.com. I'm the Pit Boss, and this has been a presentation of the Schmoes Know Network.